The river is usually not very cold. Should be pretty good this year.
Yeah, no, it's not that cold. It feels really good. The rapids tend to be warmer because it's shallower up top at the rapids, and then the part by the Moe slide and all of that stuff tends to be a little cooler. But you kind of want it to be that way. It feels good when you get in the river. Put it that way.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think you covered a lot of it. I think it's important that, one of the things that we do at overnight camp is we divide up the kids into tribes. So between the ages of 8 and 12 years of age, we have 4 tribes: the bear, the eagle, the turtle, and the buffalo. And those are your age groups. So our younger kids, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lizzie, are turtle and buffalo, and then our older kids tend to be bear and eagle. So we're appropriate, age appropriately speaking, our older kids are doing things together where we need to split those kids out. The younger things are doing those kids together. But then tribes get together where appropriate. And that's an important part of the week. There's a lot of pride wrapped up in being a turtle or being a buffalo or being an eagle, that kind of thing like that. And that ceremony is on Monday night when those kids sort of get inducted into their tribe. And they do their secret handshakes and all that good fun stuff that we do at camp.
And
so
in the
kind of a big deal.
After dinner, we're pretty much all together for the rest of the night. Also, the cabins. We haven't talked about the cabins. We're in dorms. So there's one girls' dorm and one boys' dorm. So all the girls will be together and all the boys will be together. So even if the ages are divided up, all the girls will be together and all the boys will be in the same dorm together as well.
There you go. And it's bunk bed style. Hotel style, meaning all the sheets and blankets and pillows are provided for you. And then the most important thing is it's air conditioned. And I can't tell you how nice that is to come off the river in a hot day and then go into a cold room. So big bonus for safari is the air conditioning. Okay. So you don't have to bring sleeping bag. If you have your favorite banky or your favorite pillow, by all means, bring it with you. Okay. But you're not going to be able, we won't have to put leaves over the top of you if you didn't bring your sleeping bag, okay? You got nice sheets and blankets at camp, okay? All right.
We will be showering as well. I know this might disappoint some of the kids, but we will make sure that everyone showers every night.
I think it definitely disappoints the boys a little more, Lizzie, to know that they have to shower. But as long as we have to live together for a week, you have to be kind of clean. So, yep. So yes, we'll have a little shower.
Do it.
All right. So let me turn it over with that. Let's talk about the supply list. We sent everybody a supply list. Everybody should have one of those. I'm going to turn things over to Peyton. He's going to go over that list and kind of explain a few of those things, maybe if you have questions about. So Peyton, with that, why don't you take that away?
Come on, Peyton.
My name is really low.
Peyton, you're muted.
Peyton, you're muted, I think.
We can't hear you.
I'm getting bored.
Did you switch over to Bluetooth or something?
It looks like now it says you're muted.
Now it's muted. Now I can tell it's muted. You're still muted.
Alex Jackson, Benjamin Miller, Brooklyn.
All right.
Bridge, Halo, Golden, Jennifer, Katie, Kinley Poole, Cara Berry, Lizzie.
All right. I'm going to, while Peyton's figuring out his tech there, I'm going to talk about the safari packing list, okay? I will tell you from 27 years of experience, it is a 1 week of camp. It is not 2 months in Europe. So you really don't have to pack everything in the kitchen sink. We've sort of drilled everything down for you guys just so you know what to pack, okay? A duffel bag is totally fine. Or you can bring a trunk. I know a lot of kids have a trunk. That's fine. Just keep in mind, help them out, get it from the bus to the dorm, okay? But we live pretty much in shorts and swimsuits and in tennis shoes, those kind of things like that. So shorts, T-shirts, tennis shoes. I really want closed-toed shoes. I don't mind if they bring a pair of flip-flops if we're just going down to the river, but we do a lot of hiking, and I want those kids to have sturdy shoes. What you don't want to do is go buy a brand new pair of hiking boots the day before and let your kid get blistered up, okay? So their tennis shoes are perfectly fine, okay? The ones that they normally wear. That will suffice for all of the hiking and all the travels that we have during camp, okay? If they have like the Tevas or the Chacos, that's fine. I know a lot of kids wear those because they can, or water shoes, because they can go in the river with them and out of the river with them and not even change them out, okay? Lots of underwear and socks. That's always a good thing to have at camp, okay? One pair of jeans or pants. If it's a cool night, if it's something like that, I always like them to have one pair of jeans or a pair of pants just in case, okay? Please pack a rain jacket or a parka, all right? So if it's raining, we got something to put over our kids. The rain usually doesn't slow us down unless there's a lot of lightning and thunder, okay? So rain jacket or parka, please. Lots of sunscreen, and we prefer the spray kind, please. We do this whole little ritual in the morning and then midday with sunscreen, okay? We like good coverage. I don't like kids going to camp and getting sunburned. If your kids never put sunscreen on, practice with them at home a little bit, okay? And try to help them help themselves with that, if you would, please. A laundry bag for dirty clothes, something breathable. You don't want to get a hefty bag with stinky clothes after like 7 days. You just don't even want that. Even if it's like a pillowcase. A pillowcase is so much better than a hefty bag, okay? So, but make sure they have a laundry bag to put their stuff in, okay, and separate their clean and their dirty stuff, all right? They need a sack lunch and a drink for the ride up, okay? Make sure you have that, and make sure we keep it separate from their luggage so that they can bring it up and top the bus, okay? Just like Lizzie said before, medication. If they're taking medications, even if that's like as needed stuff, like ibuprofen or Benadryl or something like that, we need a medical dosage filled out, signed by you, and we need that medication in its original container and not a little plastic bag with pills in it, okay? Leslie, you want to say something? Yeah, go ahead.
This is back to the sack lunches. If you are packing them other snacks or packing care packages for them that have food in them, make sure they're in resealable containers or bags, or they have Ziploc bags with them to make sure that they put the food inside of so that bugs don't get into the food.
Or raccoons or bears.
Yeah, we got to watch out for the bears.
Yes. Okay. At least 2 water bottles. Let's talk about water bottles for a second. Let's have a discussion about water bottles. I do not consider an Ozarka bottle, little plastic thing, a water bottle. That does nobody good. I like a big water bottle with a big mouth on it so we can shove a bunch of cold ice down in there and fill it up with water, okay? We do this thing at Safari where we toast each other like all throughout the day. And the kids, we do that because we're trying to encourage our kids to stay hydrated all throughout the day. And the key to hydration for us is let's get hydrated early in the morning so we can stay ahead of that curve, okay? And that what really helps is giving them a big mouth water bottle, and that'll help. Yes, and a Camelback is fine too. I've got kids that come with Camelback. That's fine too. Because a Camelback, you can throw a bunch of water in there real easy if you open it up, okay?
So the Nalgene's that are big like this, some of them have the big lid like this, and some of them have the little tiny one. But the big kind is the kind that you want, so we can scoop all the ice into it like this.
Okay, backpack to carry their stuff in. This just looks like a school backpack, right? Something to put a towel in, something to put their water bottle in, those kind of things like that. So their hands are freed up. So when they're hiking around, they're safer. They have their hands free. They're not carrying a bunch of stuff and dropping a bunch of stuff. Plus, it's a lot easier to, care for that stuff when we're at the ropes course or we're at the river or whatever. So just send them with a little backpack that can go up on top of the bus with their lunch in there, all that good stuff. The Mo Ranch release that we sent you, we talked about that a little bit earlier. A flashlight or a headlamp, please. We have a few things at night where we go out and about, and we want them to have a flashlight or a headlamp, please. And then the costume for the costume party. All right. And I get a lot of questions about the costume for the costume party. And it's whatever you want. I mean, I've had the craziest things. I had a kid come. He probably will never do this ever again, but he came as Bubble Wrap Man. He put bubble wrap around himself. I don't really know why, and it had to be really hot. But I mean, it's just some kids come as twins, some kids, whatever you want to do. Go Hawaiian, doesn't matter to us. Just bring a costume and we'll have fun with it, okay? There was a question in here a second ago. Where do we refill? We have water refill stations, a lot of different places around the ranch. And then after every meal, we refill our water bottles before we take off too. And we can obviously, back at the dorms, we can refill our water bottles at any time too as well there. Optional items. All right, so these are things that you can bring, but you don't have to bring. If you'd like to bring a camera, but that's not a phone, okay? A journal, if you journal and want to write down your experiences, that's fantastic as well. I don't know why. I think we've kept CD player and iPod on there because we're trying to date ourselves. That's how long we've been running summer camp. I don't even think kids know what a CD player is, and I think it's hilarious that it's still on there. Once again, snacks. By the way, if you want to bring a Sony Walkman, kids, go ahead as well, okay? If you don't know what that is, ask your mom or dad, okay? It's yellow, it hangs on your belt, and it's a lot of fun. All right. Some kids bring a snorkel and a mask. If you're a diver, if you're like Jacques Cousteau and you want to explore the river, by all means, you can bring a snorkel and a mask. And if you're a reader, bring a book, okay? Please do not bring any mobile devices, no electronic gaming devices. That means Nintendo Switch, any of that kind of stuff. Gosh knows we've spent enough time behind electronic devices the last 15 months. This is our time to get out and look at real people without screens in front of you. So please do not bring those. And this is another holdover. Don't bring any matches, knives, or fireworks, please. Okay? I know that sounds kind of odd, but I think we probably had that in the past, over 27 years. Okay? So please don't bring that. All right. That is the list of things. I hope that we spelled that out correctly and well enough for you guys. With that, I'm going to kind of turn it over to questions. So if you're muted and you want to unmute, you can go ahead and throw your voice out there. If you want to drop it into the chat, we'll go to chat as well.
There's one already in the chat asking about soap and toothpaste. Yes, definitely pack soap and toothpaste, shampoo. We want to make sure everyone stays clean. All of the toiletries need to come. But we will have towels. They don't need to bring a shower towel because they are provided.
Yes. Swim towel, yes. Shower towel, no.
Towel for the river, like a pool towel, but no shower towels are needed.
Explain to me the real concept of the Mo slide. I don't really know what that is, but I've heard about it and I've seen it, but I still just don't know what it is.
Patrick, can you do that? I mean, Peyton, can you do that? Do you know how to work your volume now, Peyton?
That was a great question.
Yeah, I love that question. Okay, let me give it a shot, okay, please, because I love it. It's one of my favorite
Ben has been on it. Ben can explain it.
Ben, do you want to explain it?
Is my thing working now?
Yeah, now you're working.
Perfect. All right. Most slides, actually, my favorite part. Basically, it's like you took a big wooden roller coaster and made it like 30 feet high, 40 feet high, and then it starts at the top. You walk up this big wooden sled kind of thing with wheels on either side of it, and then on the slide itself is like a little wedge in the middle where you put the slide on it, and then you go down, and then once you hit the water, you lean back a little bit, and then you skip like a rock across the water, across the river. It's pretty cool. It's like a roller coaster, basically.
Thank you. And what's a Sony Walkman?
You'll have to look up cassette tape first to understand what a Sony Walkman is. Okay. Yes, it's the Mo slide is definitely a rite of passage for many campers. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Everything that we do at camp, though, is challenged by choice. Does everybody understand what that means? Challenged by choice? That means we are really good at encouraging to step outside the box and try new things, but you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Okay. Sound good? All right, awesome.
And yes,
I have a question on. Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I just think you asked a question about towels. You definitely need to bring a beach towel. There's towels for the dorm room, like bath towels and stuff. But when it comes to the river and having a towel for that, you definitely want to bring your own beach towel.
One parent asked about parent communication. So we do have the app, and I will be posting some pictures on there. But the main way that I'll be communicating with you guys is through email every night. So around 10 or 11 ish every night, I will be sending an email with an update about the day to all parents. It'll have the schedule of what we did that day, and it'll also have lots of pictures attached to it. If you need to get a hold of me during the week, that's a great way to get a hold of me too. There's not really cell phone service there, and there's only Wi-Fi some places. So I'll be able to check it sometimes, but not 24/7. But I will be checking it as often as I can, and I will make sure those emails get out every night.
Great question. Are you raising your hand right there?
Yeah.
Anderson, go ahead. What's your question?
Can you bunk with somebody you know?
The answer to that question is yes, you can. Not in the same bunk bed, but the same bunk. Like there's a top and a bottom. It's too crowded to try to get into the same bed, okay?
Okay.
But yes, if you guys want to do it like somebody else on the top and somebody's on the bottom, we can make that happen. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. Great question, by the way. All right, I'm rifling through these questions here, you guys.
I see a question about food. We eat in the King dining hall every day, so we have hot lunch and breakfast and dinner options, but then they also have a lot of other options as well. They have sandwiches, they have cereal, they have salads and soups. They have ice cream for dinner every night. So pretty much every food option that you can think of will be covered. I know we can have a lot of picky eaters. I'm a pretty picky eater, but I can always find something I want, and I know all the kids can usually find something they want to.
Yes, and I have recorded this, by the way, and we'll share this link. So for those people who weren't here and those who maybe want to go back through it, we'll post that, guys, for you. Okay. There's a question about how many will be in each cabin. Once again, we have a girls' dorm and a boys' dorm. So all the boys and the boy counselors are in one dorm. All the girls and the girls counselors are in another dorm. And the shower and restroom facilities are connected to those. So there's no walking down the dirt road to go to the restroom. Everything is very modern and built in. Showers and restroom facilities for girls and a separate one built in for the boys. Okay? Hope that answers that question for you. Question about medical facilities at the ranch. Are you trained in CPR, lifeguards, etc.? Excellent question. Thank you for that. All of your staff is first aid and CPR certified. They are well trained in terms of those kind of things. We have lifeguards at all of our swimming. So down at the river or at the pool, whatever that might be. We have a relationship with the Kerrville hospital there in Kerrville. So if we ever needed to go to the hospital, they know we're there. They expect us. We call ahead. We're good to go in there. And then there's a nurse at Mo Ranch if we need to visit that nurse too as well. Good. Okay.
I see Ridley has a question about meds.
So if we're sending in some medication, are you like the schools where we need to send a brand new package in the actual package, or can we just send like a pill carrier with just enough for the week? or do you care?
Pill carrier would be great. If it's something like Advil that you just have the bottle, you can do that as well. But pill carrier is even better because it takes up less space.
Okay.
Okay.
Super.
Great. Thank you.
I think what's important there is you're detailed on the medical dosage form and you're letting us
Yes.
know specifically, because what we do is we keep a medical log, and every time that we give a medication or something, that's logged and put down, and it needs to correspond to your medical dosage form, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I'm looking.
Tribes are assigned by ages. So the youngest are the turtles. Next youngest are the buffalo. After that are the bears, and then the oldest are the eagles.
We had a question on masks. Sorry, we don't have our camera on. But are they? Do we need to pack masks for the kids? Are they not going to wear them? What's the kind of that situation?
So our policy, unless something changes, is masks are going to be needed on the bus ride up there and back there. Once we're at camp, masks are optional at that point.
Our camera, for some reason, isn't working.
That's fine.
That's okay.
Okay.
This is Tina Hansen. So I had put a question in the chat. I'm just trying to understand some of the behavioral guidelines, obvious things. Can you just walk us through that, exactly what that looks like for if there's some behavior that needs to be redirected quite quickly, especially since a lot of these parents are going to be in other parts of the state?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, our first line of defense in terms of behavior is let's engage kids. Let's have clear expectations from the get-go. One of the things we do in our small groups is set expectations for our campers, right? Those campers know from the get-go the rules, and we have 3 rules, and we call respect yourself, respect others, and respect your surroundings. And anything a kid does typically is going to fall within one of those 3 rules. We're very much into positive reinforcement. I would much rather start by rewarding kids for doing a great job, for being kind, for listening to their counselors, for following directions, for doing the right thing. And we start there. Now, having said that, are we going to have behavioral issues over the course of summer? Absolutely. We will pull that child aside. We'll have a discussion with that child. We'll redirect them towards a better decision process, and we'll work on that behavior and work towards it getting better. If that does not help, we'll give you a call and we'll have a little chat with you, and we'll involve you at some point if necessary. I think you would be surprised how well kids behave when they're out of their normal element, like going to overnight camp programs. But I've had situations where I've had to involve parents in that too. And we'll do that if it comes to that. Does that answer your question?
If you have a specific concern that you are worried about, I can definitely reach out to you and we can chat about that before camp starts as well.
No, and it's not even, I'm not saying that my kids aren't guilty of doing things, but if there's the recipients or vice versa, that's all I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of that has to do with the kind of culture that you create and that you foster at camp. If that culture is one that doesn't really put up with acts of meanness and unkindness and really promotes kindness and kids doing the right thing, I think you tamp those kind of things down from the get-go. And we sort of make that known from the very beginning that if we're going to have a great time and we're going to be successful as individuals and as a team of kids, then we have certain expectations at camp, and it usually works out pretty darn well.
The next question I see is, what are the bathrooms and showers like? The bathrooms and showers are attached to the dorms. There's about 3 or 4 bathroom stalls in each bathroom, and I want to say 4 shower stalls.
And they're private stalls, by the way, all of them, shower and toilet, restroom, that kind of thing like that. We usually have like a shower schedule. I have some kids that want to shower in the morning, some kids that want to shower in the evening. We put together a schedule and we make sure we kind of check off and make sure our kids have all had a shower too.
Try to do all evening showers, but if there's a specific situation, we can talk about that. The bus ride is about 2 hours from Austin to Mo Ranch. Maybe a little long, maybe 2.5 hours. And I will make sure to send a tweet as soon as we get to the camp so everyone knows we got there safe.
All right.
I think there's one more question. Are the boys and girls well supervised together? Yes.
Yes, they are. They're very well supervised together.
We have about when they're in their small groups, we have about one counselor to 10 to 11 kids.
And then what activities on the bus? You know, we do some get to know you games. We do this thing where we ask them to bring things up. We divide the bus into two teams, one on one side, one on the other. We do some fun things like that. And then we'll also do a movie on the bus at times too as well. So they're entertained on the bus on the way up there. Is the temperature record still required? No. We will be taking temperatures at drop off though. Okay. And asking our COVID questions. So be prepared for the temperature there at drop off, okay? All the beds, bunk beds? Yes. All the beds are bunk beds. Yes. All right. All right. One more thing I want to add. If you don't have the app, if you have not downloaded the app, I think you probably want to do this. I know you probably have a million apps on your phone and you're like, oh my gosh, do I really need one more app on my phone? It really is a great app, and it will provide the opportunity for you to kind of engage into what your kid is doing at camp. Please don't look for pictures every 10 minutes though. Okay. I know a lot of you hang on those kind of things, but a lot of times, we might take 100 pictures in the day, but they might not upload until we get to King Dining Hall for dinner. And so just be patient with us on the pictures, okay? Our first and foremost goal is the safety and the fun and of your child during camp, and not photography sessions. But we will take tons of pictures. They are all free. They're all downloadable for you. And it's a great way to sort of capture kind of what we're doing on a daily basis, okay? All right. All right, with that, somebody said, someone help my daughter pull her hair up in a ponytail? Peyton, can you do that?
I'm an expert.
Peyton's an expert, I guess. Yes, we'll take care of your child's ponytail. Not a big deal. Just have her communicate that to us, okay? Not a big deal at all. I want to thank everybody for being on today. I know for a lot of you guys, even post-pandemic, these are good to do because not everybody can always come in for a live one. So thank you. As awkward as Zoom calls tend to be, this one was less awkward than some I've been on. So thank you guys very much for that. Nice questions from our campers out there today. Thank you very much. Y'all are awesome. We cannot wait to see you. If you have questions after today, which you will, just call us. Email us, okay? We'll be there for you guys. Our goal is to make your experience at camp the very, very best it can be. That doesn't just take place when camp is taking place. That takes place before camp happens, okay? So make sure you let us know any comments, any concerns, any questions. We are here for you, all right? In the meantime, kids, have a great summer. I need everybody to do the dishes and clean up your room until camp starts every night, okay? That's the deal, all right? All right, and we'll see you guys next time, okay? Thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Bye-bye,
Have
y'all.
a great rest of the summer.
Thank you. Y'all too. We look forward to seeing you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.